Hello, my audience. I'm Jake Allen Graham, my newcomers. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I will be reviewing 2012 flick The Dark Knight Rises. I'm going to put this light on and get a seat when I'm talking about this video. Getting a seat. I give The Dark Knight Rises 6 points out of 10 points. Because I didn't really care for the visuals or the ideas that were creative. That no one brought to the table. This reimagining of the Frank Miller's Batman and is obviously trying to take inspiration from the Nightfall comic run where Bane made his appearance and broke Batman's back. That's what that shot of Batman getting his spine dislocated instead of broken and paralyzed, and having someone take the mantle of Batman temporarily before he comes back, like in the comics of Nightfall. It kind of tones it down, the violence with Bane, is what I'm trying to say. It's not like that. It's not that the violence is tame. It's premature for a PG-13 movie, the violence. But it's just pretty tame to compare what violence and chaos and destruction Bane's capable of doing to Batman in the comics of Nightfall. It's a downgraded version of Bane, but still a good representation of Bane, take on Bane, and it's still a compelling take on Bane. It's not all bad, it's just not all good. This take on Bane. And this reimagining of Batman out of his prime that takes inspiration from the Frank Miller story, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, is also taking inspiration from that story. Run. Where Batman's old man comes out of retirement as Batman. But still, instead of like in the comics where he's still active as Bruce Wayne, but is absent as Batman, and become a full-time Bruce Wayne. In the movie, he doesn't have no one seen him as Bruce Wayne or as Batman in 12 years. You may always put together that they might be the same person when both disappear around the same time. Nobody noticed that. Coincidentally. Not even Jim Gordon or the new detective that is played by Jones Gordon-Levitt. That also has a legal name Robin. Well, I guess Bane noticed. Wait, he didn't notice. He was probably just told by Rach's daughter, Atalia. So he probably didn't figure out himself. Because he wasn't the head bad guy of the food chain in this movie, lead. He wasn't the main boss. A female was. That's not even a worthy opponent for Batman to get beaten by. Because she's small and skinny. And helpless looking. And she has Bane and her henchmen do everything physical work. Because she's physically not capable of anything, I guess. Because she has no fighting skills, I guess. I know. Race's daughter. So we are supposed to expect that she's a fight because Race in the comics was a fight. True, Liam Neeson was a fighter in the Batman Begins, but that doesn't mean Atalia is also a fighter like Liam Neeson's character. We never see her in a combat. We never seen her hold a weapon, other than give orders, back orders to men. Her henchmen, also Bane's one of them, and. You see what I'm saying? This isn't all good. It doesn't sound exciting, the last end of this movie. It starts narrowly falling apart at the end when we find out Bane's not the main bad guy. We find out Atalia is. Cinematically, it starts falling apart. And the stuff that stick out more in the third act versus the earlier in the movie. And it makes you question the story beats, how they played out. Like, how is this not Batman's fault for doing Gotham almost again? because it was his fault in Batman Begins because he saved Liam Neeson and he went with his plan to try to kill Gotham. And then it was also Atalia's plan to follow through with her father's plan. So Atalia tries to kill Gotham again after he hands her the death nuclear reactor that turns into a bomb by Bane and his henchmen and planned by Natalia that nobody knew where it was or how to get it until Bruce Wayne hands Natalia the keys to the bomb device that gets turned into a bomb. A nuclear power plant that gets turned into a nuclear bomb. Because he decides to trust the wrong woman and he sleeps with her overnight, has a one-night sexual stand with her before going out getting cornered by Bane. And brutally humiliated by Bane. This Batman didn't stand a chance against Bane. So how the fuck did he stand a chance in round 2? If he was just... Is it because he got an army? Can't be that, because Batman didn't really have the... I don't know what his, what Bane's advantage was, but Batman's disadvantage was for the first time versus the second time he fought Bane. It's very unclear in the plot of the movie now that I'm saying this out loud. Batman's power level going up with his strength and physicality somehow got doubled since last time Bane fought him earlier in the movie. Then Batman gets to humiliate Bane in round 2. It's almost looks like it's choreographed like a video game. Like, you know when you're playing like Mortal Kombat and you're beating the guy, pummeling the guy, and humiliating the guy. If you can really beat up this AI that can't compete with your mad playing skills in the old Mortal Kombat game. I'm sure the new ones have more fixed that in the new ones, I think. But the point is, that's what this fight feels like when Bane in round 2, Batman goes against Bane. I just don't believe that this Batman should win against that physicality for threat Bane, even in round 2. It just doesn't make sense with this version of Batman. And I know Batman in the comics would definitely beat this Bane in a fight, because he is mastered every martial arts skills. This Batman is not the same Batman that has the same history and lore as comic book Batman. Keep that in mind. Batman was mastered being a ninja, except for the final extent, which was being a cold-hearted killer. And the source material is a little different. He does, and you know how in the movie he's trained with ninjutsu. That's what Liam calls that fight. She's training him to be a ninjutsu fighter, and then use swords, and then use daggers and physicality. Instead of having a magician show him that, like in the comics, we have Liam Neeson, played by, that's also the villain of the movie. And it's all Batman's fault for Batman almost letting Gotham ruins for Gotham not once, but twice. He almost let Gotham to ruins. And actually a third time, if you count how many times Joker has not got Batman in the Dark Knight movie because he wanted Batman to reveal himself so he could kill Batman. Because he just wants he did want to kill Batman originally, so, but when did Joker's motivation change? And he says that when he said the line about him completely not wanting to kill him, he just wants him to go over the edge of a sanity. When did his motivation change suddenly? Before then, in beginning early on in the movie. It feels like we skipped a part of the chapter of the movie. And when did the Batman decided to go after Harvey after he said we were going after Rachel to Gordon? when he asked which one are you going after, he said Rachel. But he goes after Harvey instead. Doesn't make sense. Did I misunderstood something about the movie? Did we miss a part? I don't know. Not a lot of substance that makes sense in these movie trilogy. That's the problem with Christian Bale's Batman. And George Clooney's. But that's for another video. Review. That's why I give Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises all 6 points out of 10 points for mediocre. For not making a lick of sense, but very fun to watch, if I may say so myself. Dumb quality popcorn fun that you can shut your brain off and not think hard about. But if you do think hard about it, you don't want to jump yourself out or throw your body out of a window or something because you feel stupid. Because none of this makes sense. At all. This movie doesn't know some rules of world building. It just breaks all of them and makes shit up. I'm pretty sure Nolan doesn't even care the lore of his own movies. And doesn't care if it makes sense. He just wants to see whatever looks cool. And who can blame him to wanting to just do this for a paycheck and make a shit ton of money? I can't. And neither can you. Wanting him to do this for a paycheck, the trilogy. That's why these movies made money. More than the other predecessors, the whole trilogy. So that's my review on the Dark Knight trilogy. And why I give 6 points out of 10. Check out my 90s channel where I'll review Batman and Robin, starring George Clooney, Crystal Donald, Uma Thurman, and Schwarzenegger. So this is my review on Batman, run by Christopher Nolan and starring Christian Bale. I give it 6 points out of 10 this movie trilogy run. All three of them. From Christian Bale. All three trilogy. Get 6 points out of 10 points. Alright. Like this video. Subscribe. And goodbye, my audience. I'll see you in my next video. And check out my older videos on this channel. See you in my future videos. Goodbye. Night.